Hello, you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Vinland Saga reaction video. We have 2 more episodes left. That is it. We have today and then Friday, meaning that on Saturday we will begin our next anime. On Saturday we will have a replacement for Vinland Saga. I don't know what it's gonna be. I'll chuck up the poll sometime next week. It'll probably be like a 24-hour poll, and I'll let you all decide to keep an eye out. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on, so you don't miss the poll. Because when the poll goes live, you'll be immediately notified if you have notifications turned on. So press that subscribe button and do that if you want to take part in voting for which anime should replace Vinland Saga. If you don't, then you can't complain whichever one wins. All right, that's how it works. You can't complain if you don't take part. All right, you shush. But yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Anyway. The last episode had a bit of an intense ending. I don't see this ending in a fight at all. I mean, come on. Have we been watching this anime? This isn't ending in a fight. It's not ending in a battle. Who knows? Maybe Thorfinn's going to get his like, you know, punched around a little bit. Classic Thorfinn. I don't know. I actually don't know. Because I don't see it being a happy ending, but I don't see it being a sad ending. I don't really see how it ends. I've already thrown out my predictions of what I think's going to happen. This time, obviously, there's 2 other people that haven't really said anything in this conversation that have turned up as well, so maybe they're going to have some input. I don't know. Either way, we've only got 2 more episodes left and we are done. Kind of crazy. So let's jump into this one. Make sure you press the like button. Make sure you subscribe for more. And let's jump into my first time ever reaction to Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 23. I really don't like Canute. I feel like Canute's been trying to get a rise out of Thorfinn. And he doesn't even react, doesn't blink, doesn't flinch, nothing. In the end, might makes right. That really hits home with me. Not because I agree with it at all in any way, but people have already pointed out in the comment section. Yeah, I do find it interesting how Canute does seem to just be like poking a bear here, but the more interesting thing is literally how much Thorfinn has changed emotionally, and there's not even like a flinch or or anything, any micro like facial expressions or anything like that. Nothing. Thorfinn's just cold. Not in a bad way. I take it back. We have a change. I wonder how much influence he actually has on Canute. Not a single part of me is surprised. Not one part. I literally said at the beginning of this reaction, I don't expect a fight. Have we been watching Vinland Saga? This isn't Season 1. This is Season 2. And Season 2 is a completely different anime from Season 1. No way that's going to fight. I actually have no idea if there's anything that could make Thorfinn fight here. Like, at this point, he seems very reminiscent of... It's funny, because he doesn't seem to be religious, but he does seem very reminiscent of certain religious aspects from the past and certain stories, if you know what I'm talking about. And there does definitely seem to be a weird connection now I'm drawing it with the parallels of complete peace, you know? It's interesting. But yeah, I wonder how much the old king, how much is it like the head has influence, if it has any. Because we just see him constantly nabbering in Canute's ear, but we never see it like really affecting Canute, like changing Canute, you know? But at the same time, Canute has changed. I love how everyone's surprised other than me. And Canute.
逃げるだけか
And the guy on the right, I forget his name. Wolf.
それだけか
他に何ができるここでお前と差し違えろってのかよお前の言う楽土ってのは多くの人を助けて少しの人を虐げるそういうたちのものなんだろう俺にはそれがいいことか悪いことかわからないしお前の無茶を責める資格もない
I love how he's like, I don't have an idea if that's a good or a bad thing. And then he goes on to say, but I don't have a right to criticize your crazy ideas.
無茶を責める資格もないだからもう逃げるしかないだろエイナル行こう
そなたは優れた戦士だ他にも術があろうそなたはこの帝王の前へただ諫言をしに来たのかそんな顔になってまで
それも無駄だった
Also, shout out to Einar here. He is slowly becoming so understanding of Thorfinn, and I love that. You know, like we saw it earlier with the punches. We see him like slowly putting his trust in Thorfinn. They are becoming like true, like more than friends, you know, like brothers. And I'm loving that.
さよなら王陛下
Did you say I wasted your time or I wasted my time? Sorry. I like I
それも
wasted my time, okay.
王陛下
I felt like that was important to point out. He's doing the salesman bluff. Is he gonna laugh? Yeah.
世と駆け引きをしたがる者は多い罠にはめようとする者もだがなんだそなたは大バカ者め何の切り札もないのか寸鉄も帯びず散々殴られ農場接種をやめろと言いに来ただけか
そんなに面白いかよ
面白いこれほどくだらない和平交渉は初めてだ逃げるか
ああ
バイキングの中からこのような男が生まれうるのか美しい男だ
Love how the landscape changed there as well to symbolize this. Canute wants to protect the Vikings. Canute wants to protect the Vikings, but you know, he still wants that paradise, that utopia. That's what he wants. That's what he's going for. So he's not gonna hate Thorfinn for wanting the same thing. If anything, it will just strengthen their relationship in a weird kind of way.
どこへ逃げる？
ここじゃないどこかだ。お前に教えることはできない。
我が藩とは広がり続けている。やがてそこにも世の力が及ぶかもしれんぞ。
Spoiler alert.
逃げられるだけ逃げてやるさ。逃げる先があるうちは俺は戦わない。
If history is anything to go by, it doesn't.
王の力が届かない場所にお前とは違うやり方で平和な国を作るよ。お前の作る世界では生きていけない人たちのためにお前と
Oh, my throat.
俺自身のためにも。
世の事業の埋められぬ穴をそなたが埋めるというのか。できるのか、そなたに。
俺の力はお前よりずっと小さいんだ。あんまりでかい穴は手に負えねえ。お前がこの調子で人々を迫害し続けるなら、そのうち誰にもお前を助けることはできなくなる。お前も努力しろ。俺の仕事を増やすな。
It's interesting. Also, the OST is fantastically well suited for this moment. It's interesting because it is like heavy is the head that wears the crown, you know, and especially for a Viking king like Canute, who essentially does want peace. God, my throat's killing me. But to be a Viking leader, you know, you can't be weak. Otherwise, you know, Vikings don't really like that. Oh, sorry.
まったく口が回るようになったものだ。誰に似たのであろうな。
Weirdly, kind of like you, Canute. I'm just gonna throw out there. You both started at the same place, but just went down different roads. That's what it feels like in terms of your emotional development.
面白い。これほど難しい和平交渉は初めてだ。
Amazing seeing Canute's face change now. It's the first time we've seen him like genuinely smile. He's actually happy. As opposed to that face.
こりゃ船もねえ。どこ行ったクヌート。ふざけんなよ。まだ決着はついてねえだろうが。
There's your classic Viking.
不老家殿が不満を漏らしておりました。農場から手を引く理由がわからぬと。
そなたも不満か、ウルフ。
いいえ。
他の農場を接収する計画も白紙に戻す。トルフィンの仕事を増やしては悪いのでな。
Who would have thought, huh?
世は今まで共に戦う者はそなたぐらいしかおらぬと思っていた。
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that our little old crazy Viking warrior Thorfinn would have influenced Canute's decision here like this? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? It's crazy.
だが今日新たな仲間を得た。
Canute's a lot more complex than I realize, I think. There's a heavily layered character there.
その後、クヌートはイングランド財政を圧迫していた中英デンマーク軍に解散を命じる。最終的にクヌート直属のデンマーク人部隊はわずか16隻の艦隊のみとなった。
Was Canute the end of the Vikings? Because he's not far off when the Vikings ended.
危惧されたイングランドでの反乱は 起こらなかった。クヌートが軍事力を手放すことで、イングランドの諸侯はクヌートの信頼を知り、征服者と非征服者の関係が変化しようとしていた。
This is a time period I know a little bit about. We've gone over this before. History is regularly taught here in the UK, especially our history, and a lot of this is centered around England. But these might be light historical spoilers for people who don't know too much. So if you want to skip past this, just skip past to a part where the episode is playing. But the Vikings do sort of end not long after where the date is set here. But I don't remember who or why. I know the Vikings have a massive involvement in the Battle of Hastings 1066, which was fought between three kings over rule of England. But it wasn't Canute. But I don't know who it was or who replaced Canute. I don't even know if the person after Canute is the one. That was King Harold, Harold Hardrada. And he was the Viking warrior that fought in that battle. And that battle really marked the end of the Vikings. So there was another battle, I believe, after that one, because there's some really famous battles. The Battle of the Bridge, which is considered one of the most one-sided battles in history, where and this was literally one of the there was this a couple of distinguishing events that marked the end of the Vikings, and the Battle of 1066 is one of them, and the Battle of the Bridge is the other one. Where the Vikings mobilized a huge force to once again try and attack England. However, the English using tactics, or the Britons at this time using tactics, stopped the Vikings on one single bridge, and it was a completely one-sided battle where the British forces nearly lost no one and nearly wiped out the entire Viking army. Only a few surviving. And because of the tactics and the way they approached the situation. And that is also where the famous story of an incredible Viking warrior holding down the bridge while people could retreat came from too. It's a really cool story. You can find videos on it. There's a video that talks about the most one-sided battles in history, and that one sort of goes into it. But over the next 100 years from this point to onwards, the Vikings sort of end up vanishing, retreating and changing, and then eventually just becoming farmers and weirdly becoming peaceful. So, but the reason I'm saying all this is because I don't know what Canute's role is in that. That's something I don't know. When it comes to Canute, for some reason, this is a history black spot for me, and I honestly have no idea. So, I find it all very interesting. I don't know anything about, Canute's history, which is really cool, because when I'm watching this anime, I don't have any direct spoilers. I also don't know, no time's passed there, so I don't know if we're even going to see Canute anymore. I don't know what the fuck the story of Season 3 is going to be, because that just seemed to, wrap up Canute's story there, weirdly, And this happens in the future, and that happens in the future, and that happens in the future. Seems very strange. How many years was that? Because no time's passed, that was just telling us what the future looks like, right? And if the farm's safe, are these guys staying here? What about Ketel? Omar really didn't do much, did he? He literally went there to make peace. Is there no punishment either? Kind of glossed over a lot of that, didn't they? It's such a beautifully animated show, man. It really is stunning. Every scene is not without meaning. It doesn't need to have characters constantly talking to captivate you, like a lot of other shows do.
ルフィン、もういいのか？
ああ、まだ少しふらつくけど大丈夫だ。
無茶すんじゃねえよ、バカ。
すまん。
Thing is, this isn't gonna work forever. Eventually, they will hit a wall made of swords. And what do they do then?
行くのか、トロフィン。海の向こうの地へ。
ヴィンランドだ。
ヴィンランド。
あの時アルネイズさんが息を引き取る時、すぐに答えられなかった。なぜ生きなければならないのか。地獄を生き、死に安らぎを求める魂にどんな言葉をかけられるって言うんだ。生きろと言える世界が欲しい。死ぬ以外救いを持たない人たちに胸を張って語れる死の魅力を超えたそんな地を、俺たちの生きる世界に。それだけをみんな求めていたのに。
It's such an interesting concept. Vinland Saga, also the OST, man. Vinland Saga really is an incredibly interesting concept. To go into like one of the darkest, most violent times of history, and to put characters like this with ideals like this in those situations is just so unique. It really is. I can completely understand, by the way, because I see comments quite a lot of people who just didn't enjoy season 2 of Vinland Saga. And when I say quite a lot, I don't mean like a big number, you know? But yeah, I see like comments of people saying, I don't like season 2, I don't like what they did to Thorfinn, I don't like this. And you know what? I'm not going to be one of these people who just like goes, man, well, you just love violence, you just love fighting, blah, 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 simple, blah, blah, blah. That's not me. Because I totally understand. People have different tastes and everything, and I understand why someone would watch season 1, love it, go into season 2, and not enjoy it, because they are so different. So I definitely see both sides to that argument, but I feel like if you can get lost in what season 2 is, in the emotion that it is, and the storytelling and the fantastic, brilliant writing and the beautiful animation, if you can get lost in it, if you can detach sort of how season 1 was and thinking season 2 is going to be like that as well, which even I was guilty of when I first jumped into it, and then you learn. Season 2 is a masterpiece. You can see it for what it is.
どこにもないなら、ないなら作る。エイナル、兄弟、一緒に来い。ヴィンランドに平和の国を作るんだ。アルネイズさんに胸を張って語れるような。
やろう、兄弟。海の向こうに奴隷も戦争もない国を作ろう。
You're gonna need more people, guys.
アルネイズのために。
How did they not just roll credits here? There's another episode after this, and there's still more of this one. How did they not roll credits there? that's the end, right? That's what it feels like. Unless we could just get a visit to Iceland or something. Is there anything I can think of? The thing is, something has to go wrong now, right? Otherwise, what's the point in making a season 3? If the last episode is them going to Iceland, meeting his family, getting some people, and all sailing off to Vinland together, absolute pointless. Don't need a season 3, right? That's the end. That's the story. So something has to go wrong. He hasn't been back to Iceland in a while. Is everything okay there? Also, I love how Olmar's like happily waving here as well. People talk a lot about Thorfinn's development, but Olmar's had like a freaking amazing development too. Even Snake. Actually, I wouldn't really say Snake hasn't really changed. But Olmar big time.
俺が出しゃばってやったことですから。
旦那や農場のみんなには若旦那が王を説得したってことにしてやる。
助かります。
アルネイズの墓は任せなさい。
I've just realized as well. Look who's alive! Pater is alive! Why did I not even acknowledge that? Oh man, it's right there. Oh man, I don't know if we'd already seen him at this point. Look at him. Ah, oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
私が守る。
本当にありがとう。
いや。
トルフィン、俺はあなたのようになりたい。あなたのような強くて優しい本物の男に。
Love him. Love this.
オルマルさん、あなたは戦いをやめる決断をしたと聞きました。素晴らしいことです。俺は15年もかかってしまった。でもやっと自分が何をすべきか。
It's a shame we're not going to learn more about Snake. I feel like he could have a whole episode dedicated to his backstory.
素晴らしい農場です。立て直して守っていってください。大旦那様、ありがとうございました。
I really hope that when I'm old, people don't just call me old. You know, I've got like my sons, and they're just like, my sons are called Indiana Raven. It's like, Indiana Raven, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, old man. And just looks at me. She's like, hey, I got a name, motherfucker. I just saw like what looked like a wasp flying near the window. If it comes in, you're about to see a man freak out here. Oh, come on. You think we're falling for that shit? You did tons to them. Hiding the, like, wanting to hide the body and everything like that. Come on.
持って行ってほしかったんだけど。
トルフィー、エイナル。俺の名はロワルド。グリムの子、ロワルドだ。
Son of Grim. That's a cool name.
ありがとう、ロワルドさん。
皆さん、お元気で。
There's still a whole episode left before the season ends. What the hell happens in that episode, man? This feels like the finale, doesn't it? What the fuck happens next episode? I don't understand. This son of a bitch. I won't forgive him after what he did, though. I can't. I understand circumstance might have made him make that decision. But yeah, I can't forgive him. Ah, I just realized. That's the girl. This girl, this whole time. And the retainers are helping too, even the guy that lost his hand. This is really good. Omar ended up with her this whole time. He's off just to cause trouble. He's probably going on some sort of assassination attempt for the king, I imagine. How is this not the finale? How is there another episode? I don't understand. I can't believe we got a happy ending in fucking Vinland Saga. Biggest plot twist of all. How? How did this anime give us a happy ending?
私はずっと耐え抜く人生だった。無数の苦痛もこの世の断りだと。あのような者たちを目にできるとはな、アルネイズ。彼らは向かったよ。私たちが想像もしなかった世界へ。ここではない。どこかへ。
I wonder if these like early civilizations craft that encounter into me. Oh man. You know these early civilizations. I like about like them dying out. How's there another episode? The next episode is called Home, so my only guess has to be that it is around Iceland, right? It has to be. Are we gonna get that? Obviously, it's right. First, before I talk about the final episode and where my predictions are, yeah, you know when these like early civilizations like die out, you know, like they find like because there are remnants of Vikings and like evidence of Vikings in the northernmost parts of America, you know, Canada and stuff. And do you reckon they died out simply just because of like repopulation failure? You know, that could literally be it, something along those lines. Infighting and repopulation failure, maybe something like that. Like, is that what do you reckon happens, or do you reckon it's disasters, or do you reckon like animals? Like, what do you reckon is the cause when they find remnants of like tribes in areas and then they eventually died? You know, because like obviously there wasn't like a sort of an early colonization from Vikings. There was just like small evidence of them living there but not surviving there. So why? What happened? That I don't have an answer to. And that happens all over the world. And what happens? What's the usual most common cause for these like tribes just dying out? And the other thing I want to say is I feel like this feels like a finale, but the next episode is called Home. So I have two theories. Theory number one is the negative theory. It is that he goes home, something is wrong. I don't know, like his sister's been kidnapped, or frickin' there's another tribe there that's got to be dealt with, or someone's gone missing, you know. Oh, they went on a journey to the other side of Iceland, we haven't seen them in like 6 months, you know, something like that. Some kind of story that requires more story, you know. That's just common. This happens and requires this. That is theory number one. Something happens on Iceland that is negative that will then set the remnants of season 3. However, the anime is called Vinland Saga. Now, either it is called Vinland Saga because the entire point of the show is going to be getting there, and that is the main focus, or it's called Vinland Saga because the entire point of the show is Vinland. It is to see the life on Vinland. The journey to there is actually shorter than we think. And the rest of the anime is going to focus solely on the habitation and popularizing and that sort of stuff, you know, like actually exploring Finland, Northern America. It could be that. It could be. I don't know. So it could be one way or the other. It could either be the entire story of the anime is the journey there, or it could literally be the entire point of the anime is actually there, and we're just getting through the interlude to get to that point. You know, the intro to the show. So I'm not sure, but I am very curious about the next episode. I have to say this episode was beautifully done. The conversation between Canute and Thorfinn was just brilliant. And the relationship that they have now is just amazing to watch. The character development of both of them has been wonderful. Everything was fantastic. Very emotional. We actually got a happy ending, which is very shocking, and I really enjoyed it. It was beautiful, which is just, that is the most surprising thing about this, because Vinland Saga's kind of kicked our asses up until this point, and this was just kind of happy, which I didn't expect. But yeah, it really is a very good anime, you know. Anyway, that's where I end my reaction. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, please give the video a like. Please give the channel a subscribe. That would really help. And have an amazing day. I'll also be, right now, if you're watching this all the way to the end, I'm going to be live on Twitch doing a 24-hour uncapped subathon. So if you want to join me for that, link to my Twitch channel is in the description. Come along and say hi. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. And as always, my friends, you right there will see me in the next video.